Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. This program is supported by San Juan Health Partners Urology, providing a wide range of personalized services for the whole family, including children. Our caring professionals are dedicated to helping meet your urology health needs with skill, experience, and service you need. For a complete listing of our services and to learn more, visit sanjuanhealthpartners.com or call 505-609-6300. San Juan Health Partners Urology, a division of San Juan Regional Medical Center. Well, let me get right to our guests this morning who are with me this morning. They put up with me all semester, and they are some of my honors students from my public speaking classes here to present their honors speech. And so, without any further ado, we will get started with student Rachel Ferguson. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I, as he said, am Rachel Ferguson. I'm here today to talk to you about the new makerspace here at San Juan College. Some of you may be thinking, what is a makerspace? I know I did. To quote Laura Fleming's article, World of Making, to define a school makerspace by its purpose and simplest of terms, it is a place where people have the opportunity to explore their own interests, learn to use tools and materials, both physical and virtual, and develop creative projects. The new makerspace here at San Juan College is known as The Big Idea. They opened the doors in February of this year. Have you ever had an idea about a project you wanted to complete but didn't know how to bring it to life? Well, now's your chance. I was lucky enough to have watched this vision come to life over the 6 months prior to opening, from unboxing the new computers to testing out the new machinery. I'm disappointed that I cannot use visual aids to show you what can be done, but all are welcome for tours at the Big Idea. They have many options available, such as 3D printers, metal and woodworking equipment, laser and vinyl cutters, sewing equipment, and brand new Omen gaming desktops. Today, I will discuss a few of the many pieces of equipment available at the Big Idea: the 3D printers, the plasma table, and a laser engraver. The Big Idea has the latest 3D modeling software to be used with the 3D printers. They have one Ultimaker S5 and two Ultimaker 2 Pluses. According to PC Magazine, 3D printing is defined as the making of parts and products using a computer-driven additive process, one layer at a time. 3D printing builds parts out of plastic, metal, and other materials directly from CAD drawings, and CAD is a software, by the way, that have been cross-sectioned into thousands of layers. With a 3D printer, you can make a prototype for a vision or you have for an item, or something as simple as a waterproof box for camping or a piggy bank. It provides a faster and less costly alternative to machining, which is cutting, turning, grinding, and drilling solid materials. However, if machining is what you enjoy, then check out the CNC plasma table. The CNC plasma table at the Big Idea is truly something amazing to see. Home Depot defines plasma cutting as a process that cuts through electrically conductive materials by means of an accelerated jet of hot plasma. Typical materials cut with the plasma torch include steel, stainless steel, aluminum, brass, and copper, and although other conductive metals may be cut as well. The term CNC refers to computer numerical control, which means that a computer is used to direct the plasma jet machine's motion based on the numerical codes in a program. This means your cuts can be as intricate and precise as your heart desires. Don't want to cut all the way through your material, or love the cut but feel like your project needs something more? Walk right through the door to the Epilog Helix 50-watt laser and engrave it. Laser engraving is available on a variety of materials. According to the manufacturer's website, epiloglaser.com, you can engrave on everything from wood and glass to marble and aluminum, and even stainless steel when a metal marking solution is used. However, this isn't your average engraving of someone's name or I love you. This machine takes engraving to a whole new level. You can use the computer software to take any picture or word and customize a variety of items. In conclusion, 3D printers, CNC plasma tables, and laser engraving are just a few of the many options available at the Big Idea. Big fancy machines are only a small part of the Big Idea. They also have a technology bench, jewelry making bench, and sewing and embroidery station. There's something for everyone here at San Juan College's brand new state-of-the-art makerspace. As the membership agreement states, you can imagine, design, create, and develop projects, as well as collaborate with others who share an interest in exploring innovative ideas. The only limitations are those of your imagination. Thank you for joining me today, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Rachel. You're all set. Thank you very much. Rachel Ferguson, one of my honor students here at San Juan College, as we are listening to all of them this morning as they wrap up the spring semester. And next up to hear her presentation is Skylar Nash. Whenever you're ready.
All right. Good morning. Many people worried about their health and are always trying to seek things out in order to help themselves feel better. However, the answer could be right in front of them the whole time. One of the most beneficial things to people's health is owning an animal. I personally know this due to the fact of growing up with animals my whole life, but I have also done extensive research on this topic as well. Today I will be discussing how owning pets can increase the desire to exercise, decrease pain, and even help people socialize. When owning an animal, it is very important to understand that it is most likely going to need to get exercise in order to stay lean and healthy. Due to this important factor of owning an animal, it also plays as a very beneficial role to the owner as well. By the animal needing a good amount of exercise, it helps the owner increase their exercise along with their pet. Owners get out and take their pets for walks, runs, and hikes more often than they would without an animal. According to the article, Top 5 Health Benefits of Owning a Pet, people take their dogs jogging, running, biking, hiking, and yoga, which is yoga for dogs, and agility training. By doing all of these things with their animals, findings show that pet owners exhibit decreased blood pressure, cholesterol, and triglyceride levels. The decrease in all of these different things helps minimize the risk of having a heart attack or help people recover faster if they've had a heart attack in the past. Overall, pets are helping their owners handle stress better or even allowing it to decrease. Believe it or not, pets can be the best medicine, especially when a person is dealing with chronic pain. Not only do they help with chronic pain, but they can also improve your mood and help with anxiety as well. According to the Woman's Daily article, 10 Health Benefits of Owning a Pet, if people are given a therapy dog after a surgery, then it can decrease the amount of pain medicine they use. Not only do animals help after surgery, but they can help when you're feeling anxiety or even having a migraine. Animals help you calm down and relax, therefore releasing built-up tension and stress that is going on in your life. Not only do animals do all of these things for you, but it is also said that veterans who have an animal after being in the service adapt better to being back into the civilian lifestyle. This has decreased veteran suicide rates and helped them in ways that other methods don't. Not only do pets help you exercise and decrease pain, but they also can help you socialize with others too. On the days that you take your animal out for a walk, it is more likely that someone is going to stop and talk to you than it would be if you were just by yourself. Animals can be used as a conversation starter for just about anything and can lead to newfound friendships. According to an Austrian study, it found that pet ownership led to an increase in social contact, more socialization within neighborhoods, such as neighborhoods chatting as they walk their dogs, and even a greater perception to observers that the neighborhood seems friendly. However, getting an animal doesn't just help you make friends on the streets, but by picking the right animal, you're also picking out a loyal companion who might just become your best friend. Overall, if you're looking to increase your exercise, decrease chronic pain, or even just trying to find a way to make new friends, then it's safe to say an animal can help with that. Animals are just a small part of our lives, but we're their entire world. So They will do all that they can to help you in all different ways, whether it is noticed or not. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very good. Skylar Nash, one of my students, my honor students here at San Juan College as we wrap up the spring semester, presenting their final honor speeches for us here on KSJE this morning. And the final student in this group is Josiah McKellips to give us his presentation. So, Josiah, whenever you're ready.
Good morning, Scott. Thank you for having me on this morning.
You're welcome.
Have you guys ever been driving on the road and you see a bunch of cops on the side of the road and collecting up evidence or going through their stuff, and you're just kind of wondering what's going on? Well, I sure have. I have a huge desire to be into law enforcement someday. So today, I'm going to talk to you guys about how evidence is handled at crime scenes. So first of all, you have a bunch of different kind of evidence that you might find at a crime scene. So you have biological evidence, latent print evidence, footwear and tire track evidence, trace evidence, digital evidence, tool and tool mark evidence, drug evidence, and firearm evidence. That is some of the evidence that you might find at a crime scene. So how it is handled just depends on the crime scene. So say it's a burglary, the evidence might be handled in this order. First off, you might photograph and document the scene. Second, you would collect the trace materials, especially from probable points of entry, meaning where the burglar went into the crime scene. Then you would collect low-level DNA evidence by swabbing areas of likely contact. Then you would collect other items that may contain biological evidence. Then you would locate and collect latent fingerprints. Then the investigation begins. Depending on the agency, you have either high-level special crimes people, or if it's a smaller agency, you might just have the detectives or the first responders trying to figure out what's going on to collect the evidence. So that is some basic things about how evidence is handled at a crime scene. In the United States, according to the Forensic Science Simplified.com or .org, in the United States, there is no national requirements that must be met to serve as a crime scene investigator. However, investigators can achieve 4 levels of certification through the International Association for Identification, the IAI. So you could be certified crime scene investigator, certified crime scene analyst, certified crime scene reconstructionist, and certified senior crime scene analyst. So there are 4 things you can become as a certified investigator, crime scene investigator. So I just found that very interesting as I was doing my research into this. I've always had an interest in this. So thank you guys for listening to me this morning.
All right, Josiah, thank you very much. That is Josiah McKellips, one of my honor students in public speaking classes here at San Juan College. And that will bring us to an end of the first segment of honor speeches. But we have much more when we come back in just a moment, everyone. This is KSJE, and the time right now is 8:24. This program is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, who's expanding its services to offer low-cost blood screenings all year round, now offering walk-in convenience to get the blood tests you want when you want them. MyLabs, patient-ordered testing, is available in Farmington at the hospital's laboratory and the Outpatient Diagnostic Center on 30th Street. Also in Aztec at San Juan Health Partners Family Medicine at 120 Llanos Street. With nearly 20 tests available, there's an option for everyone. MyLabs, patient-ordered testing, a wellness service of San Juan Regional Medical Center. I'm Scott Michlin. My guests this morning are members of the San Juan College student community. They're my honor students from some of my classes that I've been teaching here this spring semester at San Juan College. So one of their final assignments for me is to present on the radio, which is what they're doing this morning. We have students from both my public speaking classes and my mass media class that I've taught over the spring semester. And so we have another group of students with us here in the studio, and we're going to start with Brian Hibbets, who has a presentation for us this morning. And Brian, whenever you're ready, go right ahead. Good morning.
Right on. Thank you, sir. Good morning. Like Scott said, my name is Brian Hibbets. Good morning, everyone that's watching and listening. Thank you for tuning in. I'm here at the KSJE studio for both classes, Survey of Mass Media Honors and Public Speaking Honors. I want to share with you my experience with the DMAD program at San Juan College. DMAD stands for Digital Media Arts and Design. It will soon be changing to the FDMA program. So, before coming back to school, I had been an over-the-road cross-country truck driver the last 6 years. While spending time behind the wheel, I really needed a change of pace, and I decided I wanted to come back to school. After contemplating several new career fields for around a year while working, I got really excited about getting into the video game industry. I started developing a story and characters for my own video game concept in my head while driving those long hours. So in the winter of 2017, I swung by the course advisors and financial aid office over here at the Clock Tower on San Juan College campus. Unfortunately, there is not a dedicated video game design degree, but after looking into it, not many schools in the country offer what I was looking for. It is a growing field, but it is also fairly new for higher education. The awesome ladies in class placement and advising recommended that I check out the DMAD program. After seeing the classes San Juan College offers, I realized it is a really great starting point for a wide variety of creative careers. I've now been in class since January of 2018. Only one more semester left to complete my associate's degree. I didn't know what to expect coming back to school at 34 years old. In hindsight, the programs up here at San Juan College are really excellent and the teachers are top-notch. You will be hard-pressed to find a better value for your money anywhere. Real quickly, I will break down the classes that I have taken so far. Some of my credits for the degree requirements were already covered with my military transcripts. Aside from the college prereqs, we cover color theory, two-dimensional design and layout, beginner and advanced Photoshop, 3D modeling and animation using the Autodesk 3ds Max software. The course catalog is slowly changing for DMAD. It had two different paths, learning print design or video. I opted to go with video and thought movie making would transfer well to visual storytelling for video games. Video editing 1 and 2 teaches lights, camera, sound equipment, the pre-production planning, and post-production editing in Adobe Premiere. How to build a digital portfolio, project management, and of course communication classes, where I chose to take this Survey of Mass Media and Public Speaking with Scott Michlin. I've actually really enjoyed your classes, and I've learned a lot this semester. I'm taking the summer off this year and returning in the fall to finish up with creative web design, English 211, and a required elective. I'm going to see if it is possible to do an advanced version of the 3D modeling and animation to brush up, learn some more in 3ds Max, and stay current on my skills in that software. So, while in school, halfway through 2018, I created my own business, Sandwich Designs, after discovering a passion for graphic design and digital artwork. It was kind of an unexpected career change. I was coming to get a base in a video game and then found out that I loved graphic design. If anyone is listening or watching and is in need of any graphic design work, I am going to be around Farmington, New Mexico this summer. Shameless self-plug. If you're on the fence about coming back to school, I can confidently recommend San Juan College and the DMAD, soon to be the FDMA program. If you're interested in the growing film industry here in New Mexico, or if you're interested in video game development, print layout, photography, or graphic design, come check it out and talk to class advising and placement. It is an excellent starting point and you will learn a lot in a short amount of time. In closing, I want to give a heartfelt shout out to Luke Renner, Bill Hatch, Mike Darmody, Michael Bullock, Sherry Cummins, Doug Hunterman, Brian Seavey, and the one and only Scott Michlin for doing an excellent job teaching the next generation of content creators. Thank you very much for having me, sir, and thank you for everybody watching and listening this morning.
All right. Brian, thank you very much. Appreciate you being here, and you're not done. We will hear from you a little bit later on as well.
I'll be back.
You'll be back. All right. Stay tuned, everybody. That's what we call a tease in the business. All right. Next up, Keeron Yazzie is here, also from the Survey of Mass Media class, and let's hear from you this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello and good morning. My name is Keeron Yazzie. I am part of the business school here at San Juan College. My current path within school is pursuing digital media arts and design. One requirement needed to fill my degree was taking Survey of Mass Media, which was taught by Mr. Scott Michlin himself. Within his class, We as students were introduced to the many different media outlets in which we have surrounding us and its impact within our daily lives. One media in particular that still thrives and preserves with our ever-changing digital trend is television. New advancements within television help bring this older media into the forefront with its current trends of bring TV to the internet. One way in which television is coming to the internet is the form of cloud-based services that host the content of its that host the content on its platform in which you subscribe to. You may be wondering what a cloud is. A cloud is a type of server that is off-site, usually in some remote place that holds content from a network. Although some TV networks were slow to recognize this trend, it is more evident today than ever due to the many networks releasing their own adaptations. For example, like Netflix and Hulu. Just earlier this year, Apple unveiled that it was making its way into the cloud-based TV content with its rollout of Apple TV. With Apple TV, it's promising ad-free viewing, and it's being offered in 100 countries when it releases. In order to compete with other networks, it's also releasing its own content that can only be viewed with its subscription. Although television has been a linear type of media as long as it's came, being able to have television network makes it easier for you. Although television used to be a linear type of media, being able to have television networks content on cloud-based servers make it easier for users to get content they want at their own convenience, but changes the way and how we tune in. Older generation of users are used to tuning in with standard TV and TV sets. But with the introduction of streaming, users are able to watch whenever they like. This changing traditional methods of how we track. Most millennials prefer streaming their content over standard TV methods. Another advancement within television is how we watch it. HD or high-definition television was a big boom during the early 2000s, but with its many advancements, we are currently past the days of HD with the rollout of 4K. With 4K, users are able to get a picture 4 times the quality of standard HD television. Networks are starting to offer their programmings in 4K, with Netflix being the first with House of Cards. From the way we watch TV ever-changing to how we tune into it, TV and TV networks are always in a state of advancement for the next big thing.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Keeron. You're all set. Good job. Thank you very much. And those are two of my mass media students. And next up is Lacey Prokop, and she is one of my public speaking students. And so, Lacey, whenever you're ready, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Scott. Thank you very much. Today marks the second half of finals week, and like many staff members and many of my fellow classmates, I am not just looking to hydrate and have snacks on hand for brain power, but I prefer coffee nearby too. When it comes to coffee, I prefer it to be plain black, and like many of my counterparts, I used to cringe at the thought of black coffee. Now, not so much. Coffee's main selling point, caffeine, can be found in different types of drinks here on campus or around town, but have you considered what other ingredients come with that caffeine? If you knew more about coffee, the benefits, and your options, would you be willing to opt for it in the raw, or would you stick to the heavy-laden sugary drinks? Today I would like to inform you about coffee consumption and how, in moderation, it can be the better option when choosing a pick-me-up to power through the day. I will discuss the benefits to drinking coffee, common misconceptions, and how you can customize your daily cup of joe to not only taste great, but to also benefit your health. The undomesticated origin of coffee is thought to be Ethiopia. However, the earliest substantiated evidence of either coffee drinking or knowledge of the coffee tree is from the early 15th century in the Sufi monasteries of Yemen, spreading soon to Mecca and Cairo. Since coffee has been around for so long, it has been incorporated into desserts, art, body products, health routines, and diets worldwide. Over the years, researchers have experimented with benefits and risks to the consumer. In a 2017 article in the British Medical Journal, Anne Goulon stated that drinking 3 cups of coffee a day was associated with the greatest benefit in terms of cardiovascular disease, coronary heart disease, and stroke when compared with not drinking coffee. She goes on to say consumption at that level was associated with a 19% lower risk of mortality from cardiovascular disease, 16% from coronary heart disease, and 30% lower risk of stroke mortality. Increasing consumption to more than 3 cups a day was not associated with harm, but the beneficial effects were less pronounced. A meta-analysis of 40 cohort studies showed a lower incidence of cancer among people who consumed large amounts of coffee than those who drank little. High versus low consumption of coffee was also associated with a lower risk of prostate cancer, endometrial cancer, melanoma, oral cancer, leukemia, non-melanoma skin cancer, and liver cancer. In an article published in the UK's Nursing Standard in 2014, lead researcher Keeron Yazzie agreed that caffeinated and decaffeinated coffee alike lowers liver enzyme levels, which suggests other ingredients in coffee, not just caffeine, may promote liver health. Referring back to the 2017 British Medical Journal, coffee drinkers had a 29% lower risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a 27% lower risk of liver fibrosis, and a 39% lower risk of liver cirrhosis. These studies demonstrate only a few of the benefits someone may enjoy just by drinking 3 to 4 coffees a day. Now, when I say coffee, I'm not referring to a caramel frappuccino with extra drizzle and whipped cream. Just plain good quality coffee has more benefits than previously known. A common misconception about coffee is that it's an unhealthy product to consume, mostly because of the caffeine. Although there are certain populations who should avoid caffeine, coffee in and of itself is becoming more and more known to be a healthy part of our diets. Kennedy Poole stated in a 2017 British Medical Journal about coffee consumption and an analysis of multiple health outcomes that roasted coffee is a complex mixture of more than 1,000 bioactive compounds, some with potentially therapeutic antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antifibrotic, and anti-cancer effects. Key active components include caffeine, but also include chlorogenic acids, caffeol, and K-whale. We don't know entirely why it has these benefits, but the evidence suggests they are a synergy between caffeine and the antioxidants in the coffee. Less than or equal to 400 milligrams of caffeine is considered remarkably safe and not unhealthy. So when it comes to drinking coffee and making it a healthy part of your day, what goes into that coffee or what doesn't should be the priority. Coffee is often consumed with products rich in refined sugars and unhealthy fats, and these may independently contribute to adverse health outcomes. This also contributes to the misconception that coffee is bad for us. Additionally, certain populations, particularly pregnant women, should avoid decaffeinated and regular coffee both, since no research exists to suggest otherwise. With that said, there are ways to reap the benefits of coffee consumption without filling yourself up on unnecessary sugar. When choosing a coffee drink, whether you're making it yourself or buying it from your local Starbucks or Durango Joe's, it is important to know what options there are to personalize your coffee and have your daily dose of caffeine work for you in more ways than one. First, learn what you like. If you are used to consuming the sugary drinks, ask the barista if they can make it with less sugar or no syrup, or opt for a milk alternative like almond or coconut milk. The milk alternatives will also contain less sugar. If you normally choose a low-fat or skinny coffee, try out a whole milk steamed coffee, which gives your coffee a sweeter taste because there's more cream, but it also satiates you. Try a dash of nutmeg or cinnamon powder on top. At home, try making your own bulletproof coffee, which combines either MCT oil with ghee or grass-fed butter with a nutty oil. These combinations have anti-inflammatory properties and can improve intestinal health, brain function, and energy levels. Plus, the concoction is delicious and creamy. It also keeps you fuller for longer and encourages weight loss. Bulletproof coffees are great for on-the-go mornings In a nutritional series of gastroenterology, registered dietitian Neha Shah and Dr. Berkeley Limtka suggests that MCT oil aids in absorption and metabolizes quickly, aiding in weight loss. The combination of these oils in your coffee also shows skin improvement. These are just a few ways you can improve your daily coffee and get something healthy out of it in return. In closing, coffee is grown in more than 50 countries worldwide, with Brazil, Vietnam, and Colombia being the top 3 respectively. California and Hawaii are the only 2 states permitted to grow it in the U.S. I'd like to reiterate that at least 3 coffees a day proves to be a healthy, safe dose of coffee and caffeine. And as long as you can limit it to 400 milligrams of caffeine, there does not seem to be any concerns. Those who drink coffee benefit from its multi-complexes, gut and brain function, and also cognitive improvement. As a potential coffee consumer, or if you already drink coffee, customizing your drink to benefit you in the long run is the best way to enjoy it. I wish all of you here at San Juan College good luck with what remains of this semester. Congratulations to all of our graduates, and remember, when you're looking for the brain boost pick-me-up, look no further than a good old cup of coffee, no matter how you have it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lacey Prokop, one of my public speaking students here at San Juan College. And to wrap up this segment, we're going to go back to Brian Hibbets, who is going to give his public speaking presentation as well. Brian had to deal with me for 2 classes, so he gets maybe points for that. I don't know.
Back to
we'll
back.
see.
And I don't know how I'm going to follow up on a speech about coffee.
I don't know, but
good job.
but you're up. So whenever you're ready, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Well, hello again. My name is Brian Hibbets. I'm here for the public speaking honors class. Good morning, and thank you for everybody that's watching and listening. I want to share with you a cautionary tale about ADD and ADHD, attention deficit disorder and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. ADD is defined as any of a range of behavioral disorders occurring primarily in children, including such symptoms as poor concentration, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. I am not a doctor, and I am not a biochemist. This is my opinion and should not be misconstrued as representing the opinion of KSJE or San Juan College. I just want to share my horrid experience as an adolescent and hope that anybody out there struggling with the same or seeing their kids struggle in school can learn from my story. There are select individuals out there that may benefit from medication, but I want to persuade you this morning to educate yourself, seek second opinions, and trust your gut instinct. At 8 years old, I was misdiagnosed with ADD. My 5th grade teacher talked my parents into taking me to a psychiatrist. This doctor said, "Yep, definitely ADD. Medication is the only recourse." This was in the early 90s when the Ritalin craze began. Later in the 90s, they came out with a drug called Adderall. Ritalin is actually methamphetamine. Dexedrine is time-released methamphetamine, and Adderall, in layman's terms, is an upper and a downer. I was put on 5 milligrams of dexedrine. I experienced almost a total loss of sleep, complete loss of appetite. They ended up dropping the dosage to 2.5 milligrams a day. I continued taking dexedrine from 5th grade until halfway through my senior year of high school. I skipped 7th grade, and I graduated from the Marine Military Academy at 16 years of age. I got curious while at this boarding school and started looking in pharmaceutical encyclopedias. Lo and behold, increased alertness, don't need to sleep or eat, faster reflexes, and increased endurance sounds great to a dumb teenager. Side effects did not matter to me at the time. I was supposed to be taking 5 milligrams once in the morning. And as I built up a tolerance and had access, I worked my way to taking upwards of 300 milligrams a day. It is an addictive substance. After a couple of months, I started to feel like death. I lost a lot of weight and felt like I was losing my mind. I realized that I had a major problem on my hands, and I threw all of the meds out. The withdrawals were worse than taking the medication. I was really lucky to survive the entire ordeal. Looking back as an adult, and why I say this is a cautionary tale, it was actually malnutrition. It was not a lack of food. I ate a lot and I still have a gigantic appetite. I can still put the food away like it's going out of style. It came down to what I was eating. I discovered, as an adult, that a healthier diet, a cup of coffee in the morning, thank you, Lacey, for the encouragement with the coffee, and lots of physical activity, especially martial arts training, cured me of all the so-called symptoms. We are what we eat. If your kiddo is having behavioral issues, take a serious look at their diet before drugging them. Everyone is wired differently, and I am just speaking to my personal experience. I urge parents out there to do research, double check your info, and do not let pills babysit your kids because their minds work differently. Again, I am not a licensed medical professional. This is not medical advice, just some personal info from someone who has lived it. We still do not understand much about mental health, and although technology and medicine is getting better at the cyclic rate, we have a ways to go before we really understand why some people experience these symptoms and idiosyncrasies and healthier ways to deal with them as a society. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone has an awesome day, and thank you very much, Scott, for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you, Brian. Very good. That's Brian Hibbets, one of my honor students here at San Juan College, and that concludes this segment of the program, but we'll be back with more, everyone, in just a moment, so don't go away. The time right now is 8:53. This is KSJE Farmington.
This is the Mental Health Minute with Dr. Ariel Leese.
Did you know that one of the best ways to improve your mental health is to ignite your creative side? Creativity alters brain chemistry because it taps into flow. That state when you're so absorbed into something you lose sense of time and forget all that inner chaos and noise. Tapping into flow is especially beneficial for people with depression or anxiety because it acts like a natural mood booster. There are endless ways to spark flow. Walking, painting, even knitting can help regulate emotions and calm the nerves. Whatever the pathway, just get your juices flowing.
For questions or more resources, text 258-1029.
It's 8:55 here on KSJE. You're listening to the Scott Michlin Morning Program. We are hearing from some of my honor students here at San Juan College as we wrap up the spring semester. And our final student to hear from today is Teresa Martinez, who is here with her honor speech. And Teresa, good morning whenever you're ready.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. My name is Teresa Martinez, and today I would like to talk about grief and loss with suicide, so I'll begin now. So today I would like to inform my audience about grief and loss due to suicide. I know that it's a hard subject, but according to lifestory.com, nearly 45,000 Americans took their own life in 2016, and it still is trending upward. Mental health, depression, and addiction is ravishing our area along with emptiness. According to the statistics, out of every 100,000 males and 100,000 women, 40 males have committed suicide and 10 women have committed suicide in San Juan County alone. Where does that leave us? So today we're going to address prevention, grief, and healing. I know that in this area it has been hit hard with loss. I have experienced this firsthand with the suicide of my son in 2017. This has been the most challenging, hard part of life, but with that, I would like to share in our struggle to help us heal. First, let me say that I send my love out to the grieving. They always say that time heals all wounds, but when you have the loss of a child or a loved one to suicide, it feels as if time goes on and it hurts more and more. I understand these feelings, so together, let us look at the situation. Some of us may have never seen the signs or were not aware until it was too late. One of the things that I would like to say is to help prevent suicide, we need to let others know that we care about what they are going through, that it really does matter. I think that we should be kind and encouraging to people we meet and come across, that we can make the difference, because we never know what people are going through. And maybe our behavior will touch somebody and when they need it the most. As for our children, we need to instill in them that all situations change. Nothing in life is permanent. The only thing that is permanent is death. But together we can conquer all obstacles. Next, according to helpguide.com, coping with the loss of someone you love is life's greatest challenge. Dealing with grief is so hard, but we aren't alone. There are groups out there that encourage each other and help each other walk through this till we develop a new normal, because nothing will ever be the same. Some days it feels like you can't do it either. And that is only temporary because our emotions shift so fast. It is a new world of chaos that there is no preparation for. But just remember, one moment at a time, and you are not alone. Also, it's hard for people to know how to encourage us. And sometimes they say the right things, and sometimes they say the wrong things. But just remember to be patient with them and forgive them if they mess up. I'm sure that their intentions were meant well. The name of the group that I have attended is Compassionate Friends. They meet once a month at Presbyterian Church, and you can look them up at www.compassionatefriends.org. And the other one is called Grief Share, and they meet once a week at Emmanuel Baptist Church. They help work on issues like anger, shame, blame, so that we can get to acceptance. It's a Christian-based program, although you do not have to be a Christian to attend. You just have to have had lost someone. And they help you walk through the grief. It has been a lifesaver for me. It has addressed issues that I could not address alone. Lastly, healing takes time. According to group.com, anyone and everyone grieves differently. Sometimes we want to avoid it and hide it. But just remember to deal with grief. That helps us heal with the loss. Our love never ends. Sometimes it just feels like it even gets deeper. We miss them daily, but just know that you're not alone. In conclusion, we have talked about some prevention on how to just be kind to people. We have talked about grief and how we feel. So just be kind to ourselves. And lastly, we have talked about healing. And with that, I believe that we can all heal together. As Christine Kane stated, sometimes we're in a dark place and you think that you have been buried. But you haven't. You have just been planted. With that, I hope that you guys all heal, and I thank you for your time.
Good words of advice, Teresa Martinez. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate your class and your time, and I've really enjoyed this semester.
Well, I've enjoyed having you in class, and you were one of our service learning students here at the radio station as well, so thank you for your help there as well.
All right. Well, good enjoying your company.
Thank you. Have a good summer. Teresa Martinez here on KSJE, one of my honor students here from the spring semester. And that brings us to a close for this program here on KSJE Farmington. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. Have a great Monday. Back with you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock right here on 90.9 FM KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.